Good morning, guys! Happy Monday, my favourite day of the week. We are officially just under 12 weeks out, and this is also my first week of prep, my first full week of prep. So I started last Friday, and the first couple of days have gone really well. I think because calories are still really high, they're at like 2,000, nearly 200. My energy is pretty high as well. Obviously I'm doing a lot of training because I'm not only doing my bodybuilding training, all the fasted kind of cardio steps and weight sessions, I'm also doing Hyrox training. So I'm hoping calories are going to stay quite high throughout this prep. Fingers crossed, just because energy expenditure is obviously very high as well. So today is the day. We have client call in a minute, then we have faster cardio to do, then I'm going to get in some steps and meet my friend for like a walk and coffee, come back, I got a little bit more work to do, and then obviously have my food, and then I will head back to do I don't know what my session is, a weight session of some sort. That is probably pretty much the whole day. Obviously I've got like 15k steps to get in each day at the moment, so I will kind of well, by the time I've done all these things, it'll probably be roughly 15k steps. I may have to do a little walk as well, just to get in the remainder couple of thousand steps. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. So I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. It's another glorious day. We have been absolutely blessed with weather. So I feel incredibly grateful pretty much since I came back from Thailand. All bar like the first day or two, the weather's been amazing, so long may it stay like this. We are finally home. It is coming up to midday. It might be just past midday, and we have gotten all the cardio, so fast cardio, 45 minutes on the Stairmaster. I actually ended up doing a lot more just because I cycled to and from the gym as well, and then I got in most of my steps. I think we're on about 12,000 steps. I've got another 3,000 steps. Also did my pool session, so later on when I go back to the gym, all I have to do is my Hyrox session, which is perfect because when I go back later, you know, sometimes I feel tired, so it's best not to have to do, well, it's a big session, but at least I've got in most of the things that I need to do, and by the time I've gone to the gym back, steps will be done, everything will be done, so life is good. I also picked up some bits on the way back, so strawberries, so I'll have that punnet today, that's like my snack, chicken, so I'm going to have chicken, rice and broccoli now, some parsley to flavour my food, it's like barely any calories in that. Some new potatoes, I don't know if you can see that. I'm very much on a new potato hype at the moment, so I'm going to have that for my second meal with salmon and some tender steamed broccoli. So I'm going to cook my first meal, which, as I just said, is chicken, rice and broccoli. I'm going to put some parsley in it, probably have it with a bit of chilli sauce. I'll put some garlic in it as well, actually. All I do, I'm really lazy when it comes to this, is I put the rice into a rice cooker, 100 grams, and then I add the chopped up chicken kind of halfway through the cooking of the rice in the rice cooker, and then I add the broccoli a couple of minutes towards the end, and so it's just like one pan and it's super easy. Actually, I don't, maybe I'll do the broccoli separately. Sometimes if I do the broccoli in the same pan, the rice goes a bit weird, whereas the chicken and rice is absolutely fine, so maybe I'll cook the broccoli separately. But that will be my meal one. I'm actually gonna, once that's on the go, do a little stretch, and then we'll be ready for food. As I mentioned, I do push back my eating. Actually, no, I didn't mention it. I think I mentioned it in my Patreon video. I do push back my eating as late as possible, just because in the morning I'm not hungry. Obviously I have my fast cardio. This morning I had to sit after my client calls, so that meant that it was gonna be a late session anyway. Yeah, later on in the day I do get extremely hungry. So I prefer to have more calories later in the day. I did also have a coffee, which you may see in the little clip of my coffee and walk. That's kind of my get my steps in enjoyable way. So I get a coffee and I go for a walk, and at the moment I'm having an oat flat white just because I have the calories to do it. At some point it will probably change to just a black coffee when I have poverty calories and I don't want to spend any more on coffee, any more calories on coffee. So yes, that is a good way for me to get in. I don't know, I have a random plate. Oh, I know what it was. I was going to put my salmon, which is currently in the freezer. She just reminded me I'm going to get that out. Into the fridge, and so I got a plate out and never actually put it in the fridge. Anyway, we're going to cook this, get it on the go. I will show you when it's done. So we have meal one, 100 grams of rice, 150 grams of chicken, 100 grams of broccoli, then just some parsley, some garlic, a little tomato ketchup. I didn't put chilli on today. And that is basically the meal I'm going to have every single day until calories change, and then we shall see. Probably be the same meal, just less of it. So I'm going to have this, and then we will get on with some editing. So we are at 2 PM. I don't know why I always tell you the time. I've been stacking on strawberries, so I'm eating a whole planet, which is 400 grams. I think it's about 130 calories, so I'm just tracking on my fitness pal. Strawberry season at the moment in the UK, so they're really, really yummy. And I'm obsessed with strawberries, especially when they're sweet and I'm gonna finish off this work, and then don't really need to do a dedicated walk today because I've basically hit my steps already. And also because I've got this other gym session to do, I think I prefer to use all my energy for that. So yeah, I'm gonna have these and then think about heading to the gym. I don't know whether to have my next meal before I go, when I get back. Maybe I'll have half before I go, half when I get back. I'll show you when I next cook, and I will speak to you soon. So we are on meal 2. I have 400 grams of new potatoes. I did everything in the air fryer apart from the peas. We have 100 grams of salmon, which is lovely and crispy, as you can see. I've got a tablespoon of tomato ketchup and 100 grams of peas. So I don't know what the calories are. I'll put them on the screen. I think they're probably around 600. But this is probably my favourite meal. Got also a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt on all my meals. Obviously I'm sweating quite a lot and I'm doing cardio, and also Hyrox sessions and things, and the weather's quite nice at the moment, so making sure I am putting my salt on my meals, and yeah, that is a delicious meal. We are back from my second session. So it was kind of a Hyrox which turned into more of a strength session. I just got a stitch and then I was like, okay, well, I'll do a bit more of a strength session, but it was good. I cycled there and back, so I'm doing a lot of cycling at the moment, which is good for the endurance. We are at 6:36, so I'm going to have my last meal of the day, which is going to be rice, broccoli, green beans, and steak, I think. Should be nice. And then I will probably just have a fairly relaxing evening. It's been a busy day today, but that is pretty much my day. I always feel so close, and I'm like, why do I feel so close? Anyway, I was getting some things out of the fridge. So yeah, shower, put this on, have a shower, eat, and then edit and chill. Good evening, guys! We are now on Friday. Today is actually the only day I haven't done 2 sessions, so I am going to finally get this video up. But I thought I would give you the kind of like little weekly update. I started prep exactly 1 week ago, so I started last Friday. Weight is just over kg down, but definitely, as I mentioned I think in the last clip, my body fat percentage is coming down even though weight hasn't shifted obviously massively. So that's the main priority. As I've said, we need to maintain as much muscle mass as possible, which can be a little bit difficult when I'm doing, you know, quite a lot of cardio. Normally when you're doing kind of a bodybuilding prep, you just do slow, steady state cardio, and with the aim of, you know, maintaining that muscle mass. But with the Hyrox training as well, I will be doing quite a mixture of different things. So we'll see how the next 12 to 14 weeks goes anyway. I actually start a new Hyrox training program on Monday, Basically, I have been following this app, but it's been very kind of hit and miss. It hasn't really been properly. So I actually start kind of a Hyrox training camp on Monday. So that will be really exciting to see how that goes with all my other training. What I will do in the next video is I'll run you through exactly kind of my training program and things, and the breakdown of everything. Check-ins at the moment are on a Tuesday, so I'll update you after kind of like the check-ins and things. And I should be able to start filming a couple of videos also in the gym. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult because the gym's so busy and you're not meant to be filming if there's like other members around. So yeah, I'll try and film as many clips as I can of that. But thank you so much for being here with me. It's so nice to actually be back on YouTube finally, and I'm really, really sorry it's been such a long time. There's just been, I don't really know, to be honest, how this year's gone, but there's been a lot of training. Like when I was in Thailand, I was basically doing so much training, and now I have like the competitions and things. Obviously it's very purpose-driven training. Before it was just a lot of training, a lot of kind of different forms of training, which I really enjoyed. But now it's very much towards competitions, which is exciting. So yeah, I will be back on the regular videos, finally. Try and hold me to that. And we are here for summer, so it's going to be amazing. And I will do some kind of check-in updates. My body composition, I think, is looking pretty good at the moment, considering we are, you know, as I said, like 11 weeks out. So yeah. Bring on the next 11, 12, 13 weeks. And love you and you guys. Have a lovely evening. Bye.